Yeah, well, this has been one hell of a couple weeks, my friends. And we will jump into it next.
Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He's just passed out.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up loud. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He's just passed out.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten them loud. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. Here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Yeah, this is, wow, last couple of weeks. My gosh, the end of the world as we know it. Welcome, my friends. Welcome, my friendlies, to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Bring my mic down just a touch. Yeah, I think it was unprecedented that we missed a week. That never happens. But here we are, and Barstow's burning. And so is all of Southern California. Oh, man.
On fire.
Yeah, if I didn't laugh, I would cry. Welcome to the showgram, my friends, my friendlies, known as Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and the finest radio stations throughout the country. A lot of incompetence here in Southern California. By the way, I suffered from a major flu, and it wasn't just me. It was everyone.
Yeah.
What are you doing there, Billy? Can folks see the face of Billy? Can you get a? Yeah, you should be able to see that noggin. Boy.
Oh, yeah, we can see him a little
Lift
bit.
your hat up, Billy.
Yeah, that was
It's just that
you
moved me, and now I don't hear nothing in those.
You don't hear nothing except a double negative from Billy Dilly, my friends.
Lift your hat up, Billy.
Yeah,
Well,
why?
you don't have to. We can see him pretty good.
Yeah, it's he hurt his noggin about a week ago.
Not the
today.
first time.
No, and he's in here watching a movie with me. And, of course, talking during the entire movie, so I don't know how he ever watches a movie and gets anything from it. But, he'll be the guy in the back of the theater. Well, they're in the closet. Okay. and there's not even a closet in the
No, that's the weird
scene.
thing.
Yeah. But next thing I know, I'm inside because I can tell that he needs something to eat. So I'm inside making some vitlins, and I come back into this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar.
And I'm sitting outside in our green room having a smoke, talking to someone on the phone.
Yeah.
No idea what you guys are even doing.
Right.
And Barstow, our dog, he alerted me, like, just barking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I walked back there, and that's when I discovered.
Well, I walked inside, and there was no Billy. So I'm wondering, well, now what? And then I walked out there, and Mart said, well, Billy's on the ground.
bleeding.
Yeah, bleeding profusely. And, take a look. There are boxers that have gone through 15 rounds looking better than he's looking today.
True.
I mean, that is scary.
I almost wore that Holyfield shirt.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have to, man. I mean, it's just scary. And he said,
I
man.
looked at it.
It's amazing that it doesn't hurt him to smile.
No, I got to tell you, Dave, this man is Frankenstein.
Yeah, he's a tough one.
And my brother said, so do you think we should call the paramedics? It was that night, and I said, yeah, hell no. I said, the face it bleeds more than any other part of your body.
Well, his doctor said that we should have.
Yeah, but every doctor says that. Every doctor always says that.
7 days later, the
So just
doctor
let him
said-
die in the back. Screw
She
it.
says-
Wait till
Did
he's
he die?
dead and then
Did he
call the
die?
coroner.
Did he
She says-
die?
She says next time you could bleed to death because you're on blood thinners.
There you
so
go.
you better call 911
Yeah.
and get it checked out so they know to stop the bleeding.
How about, wait, I have a better idea. How about you don't fall on
I
your
agree.
face? How about that?
I agree.
Because I think it started here in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar. I think that's where, because I noticed blood on the floor as I walked back in. So I'm thinking he must have fallen here and then traversed into the backyard because he's still, well, gotta have a beer. It's like you're bleeding profusely, but yet the important thing is, well, gotta have a beer.
No, it was more I had to take a piss.
Well, Matt, and also it has a lot to do, and Billy will probably argue because he loves to argue with me about everything.
Yeah, what?
The weed, because I smoke a little bit of weed here and there, but he takes big ass hits of this really good weed that he had.
Oh, do you think that's
That'll
what,
make it. Oh,
Yeah.
if you get too much of that and the booze, you'll freaking fall.
Yeah, so how about do one or the other, or how about no weed? Can you go through a night with no weed there, Billy Dilly?
How about no numbness in my legs and have to take a piss?
Okay, you said the word twice, so now we got to bleep it. Yeah, that's just one of those words we can't say on terrestrial. Believe it or not. I mean, after all these years,
Oh, sorry.
you can say pissed off, but you can't say that word because it's meaningful and it means the actual act. It's just these are the ridiculous guidelines that we have to follow, my friends.
So
Well-
you're saying because you couldn't feel your legs,
Right.
and you had to pee, but normally if you're not intoxicated, that wouldn't happen.
No.
So you can't make excuses, Billy.
I still got to get up and go.
Well, so you can't feel your legs, you're unable to walk, but you have to go. Well, it ended up that he took care of business there in the backyard because I noticed on his pants.
I plowed the dirt with my nose.
Yeah. Oh, Billy. God bless you, man. I just, I want you to live a long life, but the way things are going, it just doesn't. And by the way, for all of us, the way things are going, I went through the most deadly flu I have ever suffered in my life. I have never felt so crappy in my entire existence. And it turns out that everyone, not just at the poker game, but I guess all threads,
Oh,
all
my
fingers
coworkers,
point to one person, according to Tattoo Dave.
Mark C.G. Boyer.
Yeah, now
Nailed us all.
Now, how did we come up with that? And by the way, yeah, we're going to get into the fires here and the fact that the last biggie, well, the second to last biggie was right down the street, man. I'm pointing right over there. By the way, my camera's not on again. It's
not working.
Yeah.
So you talking about the Silmar?
No, I'm talking about the one that way. The one in Granada Hills, man.
There you go. I fixed it.
Oh yeah, the Granada Hills one. Yeah, because I was riding my bike yesterday up in the hills, and all of a sudden everything was fine. All of a sudden, fire engines, cops, all this stuff up and down Balboa.
Yeah.
What's going on? And then I look over, huge smoke on the other side of Balboa.
These firefighters, they nailed this one,
They did,
man. They took care of business on this one. I've never seen so many firefighters. I was, watching this thing on television the last week, and just hoping and praying. Come on, not in our neck of the woods. I mean, I don't want.
Matt, I don't know what's going on, but all the cameras are out. All of them.
All of them. Oh, that's great. That's
Except
great.
for Marty, the table one.
Well, then that's not all of them. Then we got Billy and Mart. Okay. Well, at least you can hear me.
You guys had water.
Right now, Encino is where we used to live. Is that's up in flames right
Yeah, and I heard an interview with Bush. What's his name? Billy Bush.
Oh, yeah.
And Billy Bush, who's lived there for many, many years, and I couldn't believe it when I heard he said, Encino Hills here, it's a tight-knit community. That made me chuckle. I lived there for many, many years.
It is, huh?
Yeah, there's
It is to me.
nothing tight-knit about that part of the country.
No.
But this flu just took me down, and it wasn't a stomach flu. There was none of that expulsion going on.
No, you sounded like you had pneumonia.
Yeah, it was just massive headache, and I felt like hammered Bandini and usually if I get a flu, I'll get done with this thing in about 2.5 days. But this is just friggin' yeah. Dave just can't leave well enough alone over there. He's
I never. Like a couple weeks before that, I got something, but I never got that bad. It was like a little bit of a cough.
You know it. You know it if you had this.
I didn't have it. I
but
didn't get it.
everyone who participated in the poker game, including Dan Druff, a.k.a. Todd would tell us, professional poker player, he even posted, Dave mentioned to me, yeah, he posted that it was the A1 flu. It's like the worst flu you can get.
Yeah, he said it was the sickest he's ever been.
Yeah, and same here, man. And
Did Cato get it too?
We all
No, Cato wasn't here.
Cato wasn't here. But now, why is the blame being festooned upon Mark C.G. Boyer? Because Dave was not at the game. But Dave got together with Mark and watched a movie that Friday.
Yeah, before I left. Yeah.
And then Dave got deathly ill with his flu as well.
Yeah.
So, I'm no private eye or nothing, but if you really put it together, all roads lead to Mark C.G. Boyer, who, by the way, is not here today because of his bronchial problems. Boy, this guy, and this guy will probably outlive all of us. Hey, Barstow, shut up! Jesus, God. It's not even about having to have a dog. Had to have a wild dog found underneath a trailer in Barstow, California. This thing is half wolf, I'm telling you. And really well trained. Don't you think, Tattoo Dave? Well trained.
Very well.
Yeah, well.
I don't know what you mean by that because he sits, lays down, shakes, does everything. What's not trained?
Okay,
He's
what's not?
definitely getting better.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm in the studio right now, and so is Billy. He's the only one out there, and he's barking.
What was that, Billy?
His mouth is not trained.
His mouth is not trained. No,
Oh,
it's-
gee,
that's true.
8 months old
But
puppy.
he is.
So old Karen Bass.
He is.
Man, I didn't vote for this broad, and so many constituents in Pacific Palisades did. Karen Bass, she of course she was overseas during this entire fandango. Karen Bass, and by the way, what's with that hair? Karen Bass, but aesthetically, I don't care what she looks like if she governs well. Well, she doesn't. And what's with that hair? Karen Bass just she was just out the door of the plane, and there was someone there from Sky News. And by the way, those Sky News people, I love them the most. I really do. They are the greatest. And she was slammed for refusing to answer questions about wildfires. If you haven't seen this, she absolutely says nothing. Yep. And what you see is this dumb effing look on her face.
Not even an apology. You can't apologize. Nothing.
Right. Absolutely nothing.
Well, she defunded the fire department for $17.6 million like a couple months before this even happened.
This stupid look on her face, and it went like this.
Citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor?
She's just looking around.
Have you nothing to say today?
That's not her, by the way.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
Said nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I know I saw this clip.
No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
Right. Yeah. Not a word. Not a word, and she just looked around like a friggin' infant, like a child. Like every Democrat happens to be an infant, a child. It's like, how dare you ask pertinent questions while Southern California is burning and you're the mayor of Los Angeles. Sky News Australia, man. I love those folks.
They're the greatest, man.
They take care of business. Just absolute gross mismanagement. And there's a petition now for urgent recall of Mayor Karen Bass. And it hit 59,150 signatures. But that's just as of this morning.
Right.
So I'm certain.
I'll sign that son of a gun.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Dave, could you not turn that pot up where we got the reverb?
Doing what? Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, man, it's tough getting back in the
I'm having a hard time seeing back here, so you're going to have to bear with me.
Well, that's because you have a light there that all you have to do is shine it on the appropriate areas.
I tried that, and it fell off. It's because you rigged it in here, and I didn't.
Well, no, it's because you messed with the light, and you didn't have to.
You. Point fingers.
You know what? We're acting like? We're acting like City Council and the mayor and the Governor of California right now.
Do you have Can you apologize?
Yeah. Change.org petition has 59,150 verified signatures. We, the undersigned residents of Los Angeles and concerned citizens, urgently call for the immediate recall of Mayor Karen Bass due to her gross mismanagement, failure to effectively respond to the devastating 2025 fires in and around the city of Los Angeles. The petition reads, I still got the cough. I mean, it's still,
it's going to be here for a while.
During a recent press conference, a reporter asked Bass about the calls for her resignation, referencing the petition. According to Forbes breaking news, and you got to really crank this, and you'll still, it's tough to hear the reporter ask the question, but listen carefully, and you'll hear the question posed to Bass by this investigative reporter. Go.
You say we need to stand together, but there have been calls for your resignation. There's a change.org petition. When do you say...
Okay, pause. So what he said is, so are you aware of the change.org petition calling for your resignation? Now watch her do the little friggin' ridiculous political dance, not answer a question, obfuscating the question in every way possible, and dancing from left to right. It's not about me, it's about our firefighters, and it's about keeping people safe, because this friggin' idiot stick is a frickin' idiot stick. And you constituents there in Pacific Palisades, I think you're finally figuring this out, that you don't vote for someone simply because they have a D in front of their name. That's the worst thing you can do, and now so much devastation and so much loss.
Well, the people that aren't here, people that see it from, it's worldwide news. it's hard to describe what's going on.
Oh,
here.
it's ridiculous.
It's
just the worst catastrophe in LA.
Yeah, we're under a state of emergency, of course.
I mean,
whatever that means.
we're going to welcome an earthquake after this.
Right.
And they're saying now the winds are going to pick back up today, tonight, and tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Oh, yeah,
It's effing ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the perfect storm for the way the wind and everything just hit like that.
Well,
Like,
you know what it is, Mart. It's global warming.
Yeah.
It's climate change.
Well, it's
we dropped a few degrees, so
it's
they wanted
also-
to heat us up.
It's also God knowing that we voted for the wrong president, right?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, well.
California didn't
Listen,
count.
if God is a good God, then God has nothing to do with this. Yeah, I mean, come on.
No.
But yeah, she defunded the fire department, empty reservoirs, stolen hydrants, canceled hydrant testing. This is all under the mayor's watch. Funded transgender cafes, and then visited Ghana while the city is burning. And then in a press conference, she said, "So where do we go for emergency service? What is the website?" And she said, "Well, it's URL." Did you see that?
Yeah.
Kamalato.us.
Yeah, right. Kamalato.us.
She said it's URL.
It's URL. She's that stupid.
Yeah, she's
Where she really is. She truly is.
Yeah.
She really is as dumb as a mud effing fence. And I have a couple friends of mine who are on the right side of the aisle, and they love to talk about her being, well, but she's really a nice person. No, she's not a nice person.
And who?
No, by the way, yes, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
She doesn't get stuff done that needs to be done. And by the way, now people are dying, losing their homes, and
Yeah,
So-
but she certainly took care of funding transgender cafes, man.
Yeah.
And that's important.
What was so important
And
about
illegals.
our fire department, about the woman that's in charge of
The chief. She's gay. Who cares?
She's
You're
like,
making such a big deal
I'm
about it.
LGBTQ, and this is how, and we need more of this and more of that. Shut up. Shut the hell up.
Okay,
Do your
now
job,
I
man.
didn't hear her make those statements over the last several days.
No, not over the last several days.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
but
before.
here's the bottom line. I get the impression that this gal may have her act together as fire chief, regardless of her sexual proclivity. But she is, there's a little rift there between old Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, and this gal who happens to be the fire chief, because she told it like it was in an interview here locally. And she said that we were defunded and we needed services that were not supplied, and Karen Bass essentially let us down. So then the next day there were rumors that Karen had fired her, and then she wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
But the optics, it would have looked so bad that Karen couldn't have pulled the trigger there because it makes her look bad. So she's just biding her time. You watch. If Karen Bass makes it through this, which I don't see how she could.
No.
I don't see how she could.
And
But
she couldn't really look any worse.
oh no,
So
no.
it really doesn't matter.
No,
Right now, no.
I mean, she's in Ghana, and as I understand it, they knew that this was coming.
Yep.
They knew these winds were coming. There was no reason for her to be in Ghana. More important than taking care of the civilization known as Southern California and Los Angeles.
Well, how about take care of the vegetation and clean up all this stuff? A little preventative medicine before. Instead, they're protecting this stupid little fish.
Yes.
Which we used to
The
catch
smelt.
up in Washington.
Yeah,
Smelt.
the
and
smelt.
They're little teeny. You know what? So they'd rather save the fish than save lives. I mean, it's pathetic.
It's obviously more important.
Yeah, but see, that's the lefty way, my friends. That's, take care of
I
the...
believe it's going to change.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Billy Dilly, our Marine who looks like Frankenstein today because your face is all beat up.
And nobody did it but myself.
I'm just thinking that with all of this ugliness and devastation over the last few days, and it ain't over, man. We're not out of this.
It's
Not
not
even
over.
close.
Palisades fire is still lit.
Oh,
It just relit. There's new
Pasadena.
evacuation orders.
Oh, completely. And there was
Sunset Boulevard.
and there was an evacuation order here, which was a full evacuation order a couple days ago, and we all got it. And even those who were broadcasting from West Hollywood on Channel 11, Fox 11 here in Los Angeles, they got the same message, text message that I received, and so they're freaking out. And then, so now it became personal with them. Let's get to the bottom. Why is this? We're not going yet. I need another minute. Why is this happening? And finally, more pointing of fingers. The governor said, well, it wasn't us. And then Horvath, the county supervisor with the big glasses, red, and she's red-haired. We know she has red hair because she's red by cracky. Los Angeles County's 3rd district, and she covers 446 square miles, stretches from Ventura County line to Santa Monica and Hollywood to Sylmar. And you talk about another stereotypical friggin' politician, this Horvath. And she's pointing fingers. Well, it wasn't this emergency thing. We give the info. How many people did this freak out? How many heart attacks happened from someone in their 80s who received this evacuation notice, and it's false?
Yeah.
I mean, L.A. does not have their act together. This entire state is burning in so many ways, euphemistically and literally, and we are run by a bunch of friggin' idiots. And as Billy put it, not for long. Because I'm hoping you're right. I'm hoping these Democrats, they're the constituents who voted for and kept Newsom in when he should have been ousted and voted for this idiot stick instead of the businessman who would have made a great mayor of Los Angeles. Yep. But no, there wasn't a D. In fact, he changed from Republican to Democrat. But everybody knew, well, that's not a real
His
Democrat.
mall is still there.
Yeah, his shopping mall is still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He hired firefighters.
All right. Okay, a lot to get to. I mean, a lot to get to, and so little time. Kristen M. Crowley. I'm not mad at the fire chief. I'm not mad at her, man. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and the finest radio stations in the country. Thank you for being there. I'm going to try to fix these cameras.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Look. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night night to get lucky. We're up all 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 night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We've come so far to give up who we are. To get lucky. Let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio. The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion. Magic Matt Allen.
So what the hell happened to our Italian friend, Tattoo Dave? I didn't get any notice.
I thought I sent you an email. He
No,
called me
you
this
didn't.
morning. He had to work, and he's leaving for Texas at 6 a.m.
How
so
in the hell is he working?
he's doing some evacuation center. I don't know what he's doing.
Wow. Ralph Dierna, yeah, we miss you, buddy. And in Texas.
Yeah, he's going to Texas tomorrow.
All right. I don't know. He just doesn't want to turn your mic on. Is he watching
Sorry.
the game? Is that what's
Check.
going on?
No.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Oh, yes, he would.
Oh, yes, I would, but that's not why.
Yes, he would.
So, Matt, you brought up, it's the end of the world as we know it. That song is funny because everybody knows the chorus.
Oh, yeah.
Try to do those verses. Anyone? Because Adam, it was not Adam Sandler. It was
Chris
the late great
Farley
Chris
and
Farley, David Spade.
Oh.
And they're in a car together.
Tommy Boy.
They're doing it. They're just screaming and going down the road, and all of a sudden it comes to the verses, and they're rambling through it because that's a tough one.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's, the end of Southern California as we know it. And how many years have we been talking about getting the hell out of here? I mean, we missed it. We could have. We could be somewhere. We could be in Wisconsin. We could be hanging at a dive bar, hanging with our friends, eating some great cheese and sausage in Wisconsin right now. But no, we have to be in the heart of the burning embers of Southern California. This is just friggin' ridiculous.
And for
I
those
tried to get out of town a
for
week
those
ago.
for those people that know Pacific Palisades, it's gone.
Oh yeah.
It's
For
gone.
all intents and purposes, yeah. It's just.
And James Woods, I don't know if you have James Woods talking, but it broke my heart because the guy, he said, whatever side you're on politically, it's time for neighbor to help neighbor, of course. But he started crying, man. He's like, I don't do this.
And then
Stronger.
And then it turns out he thought his house was burnt to down to the ground.
Yeah.
His house was not nailed. His house is fully intact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you want to be the one guy on the block?
Well,
whose house is still standing.
Well, I'd rather have my house standing, frankly. I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it just gotta suck.
I think Ben Affleck's is gone though. Wow.
Yeah. well. I mean, these are human beings.
Yeah.
I mean, these are human beings. So,
God bless 'em.
regardless of your political affliction, but maybe a Ben Affleck will say, okay, well, first of all, he'll say Affleck.
Where's that duck?
In fact, I just found that hit 361 Gilbert 2. I just found, Gilbert Gottfried, when he was here so many years ago, he left us a couple things that we never played. This one.
This is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. And if you don't keep listening, I'll come to your house. I'll read the phone book for about an hour.
Yeah, well, that ain't going to happen because he's dead now. But and he also left this for us. No? He didn't leave this?
No.
It's just the next one, 362.
Nope.
No? No?
Yeah. Affleck, Outlaw Radio. Where we smoke, we drink, we interrupt, and we actually eat, Doc.
There he is. Yeah. God rest his soul. He was a pretty funny guy. He had an interesting act.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I liked him.
God bless him. Yeah, we've had some big ones running through this bar, this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, and all the smart ones got the hell out of Dodge. I mean, the folks that are still my buddies, Barry Williams, Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch, he got out so many years ago. Robert Hayes, who we'll probably have a conversation with today.
Well, they're comparing this to the Hawaii
Maui
fire.
Yeah, well, yeah, but closer to home for Robert Hayes, he got the hell out of Southern California. He's living in Hawaii now. He's a surfer dude, so I get the impression he loves it there. You know that he's not unhappy that he's not here right now, but
Why did he leave? Because his house got
yes,
burned down.
he lost his beautiful place on Malibu Lake. A gorgeous tree house. I mean, it
Little
was
community area.
great. Man, and he damn near built that thing from scratch. He's a real man. That Robert Hayes he's the real deal.
He said there was houses literally right next to him that stood, and his burnt.
Right, but here's the good news. He got the hell out of Dodge. And another one, Tony Orlando, used to live here. He's out of here. He got the hell out, living in Missouri. There's a lot to be said for Missouri and those beautiful lakes. Have you ever been there? Have you ever visited any of those lakes, Billy Dilly, in Missouri? In Branson area?
No.
I wish you would have just lied and told me all about it.
Oh, he'll tell you a good story.
I know, that's the thing. I mean, he's good for a story. So this Kristen M. Crowley.
He just shakes his head like
Yeah,
on the radio.
River pits.
There we go.
Yeah,
Knew something was coming.
Don't got it. So Kristen Cow, and see, I wasn't even aware during this entire time in the interviews with the fire chief here in Los Angeles. I didn't know she had a wife and children by her side. I didn't know that she. So it had no bearing on whether you can do the job. But the way they do things here in L.A. is she will be hired because of that. And it makes her look bad.
Well, she went out of her way to bring it up about a year ago.
Yeah, well,
she did.
Well, yeah, because that's why they brought her in.
Yeah.
She was mandated. Make
she's
sure everyone knows.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing a good job.
It seems like she is, and Karen Bass has just screwed her, man.
Yeah.
Just completely right up her yin-yang. And how many yin-yangs do you think she has?
I don't know.
A gal like that. But she says the city failed her department, let her agency down, and that Gigi Gratias at Fox 11, man, is she one of the great reporters of all time. And I've just been turned on to her over the last week because I've been watching nothing but nonstop coverage. Why? Well, because we're close to the burn area. If you live in Southern California, Sans Orange County, if you're not in Orange County, you live close to the burn areas, and it could happen. And for the first time, a couple days ago, Mark, was it 2 days ago or was it yesterday that it was Granada Hills on fire?
Yesterday.
Well, we also had a couple days before that. We did have another alert that was canceled.
Right.
This one was legit because it was right next to us.
Right. I mean, this thing was, but then
literally right next to us.
But this area is a large area. And the good news is, I looked, I went out in the backyard and I said, no, I don't see much smoke. So came back in. It's like, you're going to find, you need those special dogs to dig me up here because I ain't leaving. I'm telling you.
Well, all I said to you last night.
I'm gonna have a hose right on. You will find my skeletal remains with a hose above my head.
We have a pool
on the ground. Yeah.
You jump in the pool.
Yeah. Well, everybody says that, but the fire rages over the pool.
You can't get out of the pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long can you hold your breath?
Yeah. Well, therein lies the thing. But this faux fake emergency evacuation text, man, was that just riveting.
Yeah.
That was incredible. And you must have received that too?
Yeah, I got it too.
Yeah. So I would imagine most folks in Southern California received that, and it was pure crap.
Yeah, it's a big letdown.
Well, when the Palisades one, you knew something. It was real when you see on television that the cars, the gridlock, they were leaving their cars on the side of the road, running away, and they bulldozed the cars out of the way.
I mean, they told them to get out and get out of here.
Yep. Can you imagine that?
And then
they
said,
bulldozed the
cars. Should have left your keys in there.
Oh, there's going to be hell to pay. How many?
Yeah, everybody is going to sue the city. Everybody.
Oh, Tattoo Dave. This is
Cops
lawsuit.
told them to leave their cars.
I wonder if Sam Simon's house got burnt.
Which sort of goes back to the question: are these idiots who vote Democrat going to do it again, or are they going to? Is enough enough? Are they going to figure this out that the fish stinks from the head, and it ain't a Republican running things? You know, it is all Democrat all the time, and these city council members and they're just dancing through this thing, and our hearts are we can't take the devastation but we're strong. Every city says that who goes through some major thing. Yeah. We're our solidarity. It's like Billy Bush, who lives in Encino Hills, talking about, well, we're a very tight-knit family.
Since when?
You're not.
Not at all.
You and I both lived there.
I lived there
for
years.
Yeah,
it is not tight-knit. You don't even know your neighbors
No,
there.
I was in the flat part of Encino, and I didn't know my neighbors.
When are these people going to stop lying? And I'm not throwing Billy Bush under. I guess I am a little bit because, he pissed me off years ago. I'm not going to go, okay, I'll go into it. So he was supposed to do our show, and then he didn't. We're minding our own business. We're getting our propane tanks refilled at the local gas station, and he never did the show. He promised he'd do the show. He knew about this show.
Well, he knew Sir Jimmy McEachin, our friend, too, because James was good friends with him.
Yeah. And by the way, James McEachin, man, rest his soul.
I don't know, man. It would have been out.
He's got to be gone, right?
It would have been out there. And he's a pretty big actor and a pretty big name.
Yeah, but a couple names died this week, and they are suffering from the Farrah Fawcett plague. Which, if you remember, Farrah Fawcett passed away, but then Michael Jackson passed away the next day, and nobody cared about Farrah Fawcett.
Wasn't that a shame? That was just ridiculous.
I know. Well, it's because Michael Jackson was the big star. So the bigger the star, the more acclaim, and then your death will be erased. If you were a secondary or third character on, say, McHale's Navy, I doubt they're going to make a big deal out of your death. So there you have it.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. Okay, a lot to get to when we return, including this California woman who confronted Gavin Newsom, and she is revealing how she felt about the exchange. When we saw this thing, we didn't know who she was, but man, did I love her.
Oh, yeah.
I loved her getting in Newsom's face. Yep. And this will shed...
dripping right there.
Right. Yeah. This will explicitly shine a light on the it's smoky in here. The buffoonery.
That's cigar smoke, though.
And the a-holeness of this Gavin Newsom. This son of a bitch who wouldn't know the truth if it bit him on his big, fat, greasy-haired face. We'll be this after back. He lied.
Forget the roofs and the ceilings. Baby, let's
came to town with a fistful of poker chips. A fugitive with a big cigar. Folks whispered his name. They called him Magic. They called him Matt. Some people called him Trouble. Magic Matt and the Outlaw Radio Gang gather at the bar and talk.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this. Yeah, it's smoky here in Southern California. Of course, it's always smoky in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar because, well, we smoke and drink and interrupt. Trying to find this gal.
And not to mention,
I got it.
Yeah, okay, good. And I don't know if I want to get to this right this second. Yeah, we have enough time. So you may have seen this in a clip. A California woman who confronted Gavin Newsom reveals how she felt about the exchange. So this is, first of all, the exchange, and then she goes on record because they found the gal, and where the hell is her name here? Oh, I wrote it down. I'll get to it. But she has a name. She is a resident of Pacific Palisades, and she's driving along, and she notices. She says, "Is that the governor? That's the Governor Newsom. Stop!" And she has the driver stop the car. She runs up to him, who is about to get into one of those black SUVs, which all the politicians, they are. Oh yeah, limoed around in the black SUVs.
They don't take gas though.
No, they don't. No gas. No, these are electric cars.
Yeah,
Marco.
right.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, and it went like this.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of
Pause.
what we can do for you and your...
You lying son of a bitch.
Nothing funny
Like
about
he
this.
would even
Billy.
answer her
Nothing.
if he had the president on the loan.
You lying
I find it
son
funny.
of
not.
a
Because he lied
bitch.
the whole fucking time.
Wow,
Yes.
Billy, take
No,
it
he
easy.
did.
Don't be an idiot.
He
dude.
did.
Well,
But you're right. You're right. Continue.
Called me out.
Not funny.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I
It
don't
doesn't-
believe it.
Right.
I'm sorry. There's literally... I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around
Pause.
to make...
So wait a second. So now he's showing her the phone. He says, well, I've tried 5 times. So you're on the phone literally with the president, or you've tried 5 times, you lying piece of S. This is the governor of California.
Yeah.
Just bold-faced lying piece of crap. What a scumbag piece of crap.
And like anybody believes that Trump would even be talking to him.
Not Trump.
Not Trump.
Not Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, they...
Our fake president.
Yeah. Continue.
Right.
I'm not taking your call.
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when
Let's
you
get
call
it.
the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now.
Liar.
And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance.
Scumbag.
Help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry. Especially for your daughter.
You
I
scumbag.
have 4 kids.
Oh, I have 4
Everyone
kids.
Who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild. We're getting
Why
the
was there no
resources to do
water
it.
in the hydrants,
That's
Governor?
all-
Right.
It's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be.
Oh, it has to be.
Right.
It has to be?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Fill the hydrants. I would fill them up personally, you know that.
I literally.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not.
I understand.
I
Liar.
see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's
Was that it?
No. Well,
water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call.
I
to
appreciate
address
it.
Everything I can right now, including making sure people
I'd
are
like
safe.
to make sure you do. Can I have an opportunity to at least tell people you're doing what you're saying you're doing?
Excellent.
Can somebody have a contact? Can I have your contact information?
Right there.
No. And wouldn't share anything. That's Rachel Darvish of Pacific Palisades, who was virtually destroyed in this disaster, went on Fox News, visibly emotional about the incident. She felt dismissed, made to feel irrelevant by this piece of crap Newsom. She also knew he wasn't talking to Biden. We know if a call did go through, a staffer would be taking it, not the president, who's been mentally incapable of doing the job since day one.
And what's Biden going to do anyway?
And these are correct, Mart. 100%.
He's gonna mumble.
Yeah, and they are Governor Newsom's constituents. This woman talking to him, they voted for this incompetent, megalomaniac piece of S. Stop voting for incompetence simply because of the D. Rebuilding, he'll remove the red tape. Now he's saying he'll remove the red tape. Well, why not always? He's talking about executive orders stripping the red tape. Why not always? Why is it so difficult for small businesses in California? Because we have inept pieces of S running this state.
On the street, I was talking to a man. He said there's so much, but there's nothing, man, that I don't understand. You shouldn't worry, I said that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you'll get it right next time. You need
doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Our main event! Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. Lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Alrighty, okay. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies. Yeah, we were off last week. That never happens. But it was due to unforeseen circumstances. And I was going on regardless. I mean, and I was sort of at the tail end of the flu, but I just, I don't know. It seems like we could rebuild this stuff. It's tough not having a full-time engineer, but I appreciate you spending time with us. You could be anywhere.
Full-time engineer? How about just an engineer?
An engineer. And you've decided to spend some time with us, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and on the finest radio stations. I'm not mentioning Rumble because we're not on Rumble this week because of the fires. All right, listen. If you buy the premise, but
you can blame a lot of things.
We'll be on next week, and we'll be on X next week as well.
And if we get an evacuation notice during the show, we're staying.
Which by the way could easily happen
anytime.
We're not laughing about
They're
this.
still lined up over there. I rode over there today, and they're still lined up on Balboa. The cops and fire department.
Oh, is that right?
They're in alert. They're waiting.
Oh, Jesus God.
Yeah.
This is just.
They evacuated the golf course. All these people, yesterday they did this. They're playing today. I saw them playing golf today, but yesterday they evacuated it. I'm sure they reimbursed everybody's money, but all of a sudden all these cars start flying down the hill in our neighborhood. I'm like,
man.
And I'm thinking, well, we're staying.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony and Beth called me yesterday because they heard that there was an evacuation notice in our neck of the woods, and they were watching the fire.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, those firemen and women.
They kicked ass over there.
Yeah, well, I think they kick ass everywhere. As long as they can find water, as long as there's water in the hydrant.
Yeah.
I think that they do a pretty damn good job. And that is their gig to save lives. And they're committed, man. These are good. And, I've done a little research. Here in Southern California, in the L.A. region, we have the top notch of the pinnacle of fire people here.
Yeah.
I mean, and they should be.
Not to mention all the troops that have come from Nevada,
Oh,
Arizona.
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, they're from Idaho, Utah.
Canada.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Canada.
I got to tell you, I didn't realize, or I didn't know, not realize. I did not know that these fire hydrants could be drained. I thought they were.
Well, you know what? And I blame that a lot, and not a lot, I guess, but a percentage. The homeless people that I see in holidays,
they're tapping
they tap into them. They get their drinking water. They drink off that.
Is that right?
Oh,
they
God.
shower.
They have their own wrenches. They shower in them. I've seen them on the streets on job sites. I go, look at that. Cops are driving by.
And the cops' hands are tied.
They can't do anything.
No, they
it's
can't.
not the cops' fault.
No, because they're not allowed to.
No.
They're not allowed
Don't
to.
mess with the homeless.
Yeah. But what was that? 35 million, or was it $1 billion that our mayor put into the homeless situation to curb the homeless?
Yeah.
But yet cut back on our fire department.
17
half of it was from the fire department.
Yeah. Isn't it incredible? I mean, when are these people in California going to understand they're voting for the wrong people? If this doesn't do it, nothing's going to do it.
And let's pull money from the fire department, which in Los Angeles, we know it burns there.
It's major. This is major.
Yeah, but it burns there all the time. This is the worst I've ever seen, but it does. Every year we have fires.
This is the worst anybody's ever seen.
Yeah, it's nasty.
I mean,
God bless
by
this.
far.
God bless this Rachel Darvish of Pacific Palisades, who stopped the car and went after Governor Newsom and made him speak. And of course, he lied about being on the phone literally right this second. I'm on the phone with the president.
She should have said, "Can I talk?"
Yeah, she did. She did.
Oh,
Let me see. Yes.
I didn't hear.
Let me see. He's such a lying piece of crap. And the guy you could tell he was rattled. You could tell Newsom was rattled. And it takes a lot to rattle this slick piece of crap politician. But he was rattled by the interaction, man. So I'm speaking with the president, and then the woman demanded he put the call on speakerphone. He declined, saying he didn't have service. He wasn't speaking with the president. We all know this.
If you don't have service, how are you trying to call?
Correct. And this woman was rightfully irritated. There was no water to combat the flames.
Right.
Rachel Darvish of Pacific Palisades, I just, gun to my head, I would say you voted for this man. And do you think that's going to happen again?
I hope
Do you
not.
think maybe she may vote for a businessman or woman this time to run California? Doesn't that make sense? Just a little sense?
Yeah. Who's the best for the job? And I've said that 1,000 times in what I do in construction. Why are we hiring so-and-so? He's lazy. Well, we have to fill it. They fill a quota of people regardless of their work ethic or what.
This DEI thing.
DEI thing is down the drain
This
now.
DEI thing is coming to a halt. Thank you, Donald Trump. We have just a few days until the rightful president.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah, takes his seat. Pacific Palisades Reservoir was closed and empty when the wildfires erupted. Closed and empty. The reservoir's empty. Pacific Palisades Reservoir was closed when the worst of the worst, the wildfires swept the area, devastated the community. Mark Wahlberg's wife, Rhea Durham, blasts Newsom. So, and I got to tell you, I like this Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, he's great, man.
I think he's
great.
Believe me, he ain't going to be voting for no effing Democrat this time around.
He didn't last time.
Well, who knows? He stayed apolitical.
He wore the shirt that I bought, the whole red state.
But he's a smart guy. Hollywood star Mark Wahlberg's wife, Rhea Durham, has publicly called out California Governor Gavin Newsom standing around laughing amid the historic fires that are consuming large swaths of right here in Southern California. And it's interesting that she made this statement because I was wondering the same thing. I was watching him chuckling and thinking to myself, these are lives that are gone and entire livelihoods down the tubes. And this guy, you know why he's chuckling?
Because he's the devil.
Because he doesn't care about you. No. He cares about him. He cares about his effing winery. Yep. He cares about himself. And if this doesn't take him out of the running in 4 years to throw his hat in the ring to become president, nothing's going to do it. And I'd say this is the end of his political career.
I hope so.
This has got to be the end. He and this stupid friggin' mayor, Karen Bass.
You think Karen Bass might just resign?
Should.
Is she smart? Is she smart? We know she's not.
Absolutely. No, she's not. Dumb as a mud fence.
So she's not going to do it.
Dumb as a mud fence.
But who do we have next?
Durham, Mark Wahlberg's spousal equivalent, expressed her frustration in a, well, I guess it's deleted now, but it was an Instagram post, photo of Newsom sharing a laugh with a group of people during what appeared to be a meeting near the Palisades fire. I mean, can you think of anything to chuckle about in that situation? Why is the governor of California standing around laughing like he's at a tailgate? Durham wrote in the caption of her post. Her criticism, part of the mounting backlash against this piece of crap, and much of it's focusing on the state's mismanagement of the water supply and just every vital matter, everything that matters to us here in Southern California. And this mishandling has exacerbated the destruction caused by the fires.
Yep.
And I love these politicians trying to say, well, you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not.
What did I say last year when we were getting all the rain? I said it's just going to grow so it can burn.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they know. They knew.
Of course they know.
Everybody knew. Did you? I mean, I think I sent you the Joe Rogan thing. I mean,
yeah.
Everybody knew.
And now we've been dry we haven't had rain in what, 6 months?
At least.
7 months?
Yeah, other stars who've called out Newsom and California leaders include Mel Gibson, James Woods, Zachary Levi, Sarah Foster, Dean Cain, Adam Carolla. Newsom has attempted to deflect blame, of course, appearing on the left-wing Save America podcast in an apparent effort to contain the political fallout. So there he is. He's preaching to the choir, even though that choir, I think, is diminishing. I think his choir is diminishing.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got this Adam Carolla here somewhere, and this is perfect timing for this. Yeah, here it is, 225, Rogan Fire. This is in a podcast in July, and this was only 6 months ago, July 19th.
Yeah.
He's talking about Southern California. By the way, another smart guy who got the hell out and lives in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Yep.
He got the hell out of here. And P.S., California, I think the greatest state. I mean, it is damn near heaven on earth if run properly.
As the Chili Peppers said, California, rest in peace.
Yeah, but you know they're big lefties, so
I know.
yeah, that's not what they meant.
I should have quoted Kiedis on that.
But this is Rogan 6 months ago, and you tell me that this doesn't hit home.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons that freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind, and fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through L.A. all the way to the ocean, and there's not a fucking thing we can do about it.
Yep.
I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through L.A., and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude.
Yep.
When you're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do.
That's 6 months ago.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to compare, or just to give you the size ratio of the fire, they're saying the Palisades fire is bigger than Manhattan.
Yeah, twice the size of Manhattan.
And he said to
New York City.
And he said to the ocean, well, Malibu, and Malibu lost several restaurants, homes.
Gladstone's, Dukes,
Yeah.
Real Inn, they're gone.
Except I understand the shopping center there is still there, and they still have electricity. Last I heard, so it hasn't headed that far north, I guess. So maybe they stopped her down.
Moon shadows. That's weird because that's right on the wall.
But can we be? And let me ask you a serious question. Is it possible that this is global warming and climate change? Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
Barbara Streisand thinks so. Winds pushing Los Angeles wildfires are due to climate change. Babs declared just 2 days ago the strong winds carrying wildfires across L.A. are due to climate change and demanded that this coming government better address it. Yeah.
Lunatic.
Yeah, these horrible winds, I think, are the strongest we've ever experienced, and a lot of that is due to climate change, which this coming government better address. Streisand wrote that in a Thursday post on the left-wing echo chamber, Blue Sky. You know, all the big lefties are heading there. These horrible winds, I think, are the strongest ever due to climate change. Streisand, not the only member of the Hollywood elite to bizarrely claim the deadly L.A. wildfires have something to do with climate change. Hollywood director Jim Jarmusch blamed the raging fires on climate deniers, demanding that people wake the F up and stop viewing woke as a negative thing.
Oh, God.
That's who we're dealing with.
I know.
Well, that's who we've been dealing with.
That's who we've been dealing with in this town.
As Babs sits in her huge mansion in Malibu, she's probably got the fire department outside her driveway.
Oh, she probably has her own. She has her own fire department.
Yeah.
You know, they're locals that are off duty. Oh yeah, because it's about her. It's about them. Yeah. They don't care about you, me. They don't care about the little people. They really don't. And neither does Gavin effing Newsom. He doesn't care about you. You know what? I think of my buddy Paul Libeskind. And I love Paul Libeskind, but why does his face come into my mind every time calamities happen and knowing that we're run by the biggest POSs on the planet?
He will
here
never
in
admit it. He'll
California.
never admit it. He'll never admit it. Him and his wife are
just, I mean,
big dummies.
Big dummies.
Sorry, man. I love the guy too, but yeah,
Big dummies. And I think, what is it gonna take?
What'll it be?
I may not even make it to the show. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
But it's not. What you're hearing though is not a bronchial thing. It's a cough.
Aftermath.
It's the aftermath of the flu, and then, of course, this beautiful air that we've been breathing for the last week.
Yep.
You know, hey, I saved for you because you weren't here when Terry Vincent, our buddy from Eugene, Oregon, was here. So I saved for my buddy Tattoo Dave it's just enough of this Still Austin single barrel cast strength bourbon whiskey.
Oh yeah, I was watching.
116 proof. I'm showing that on the camera.
How much did it cost?
Are you? How do we know, Mark?
Well, because Terry let us know.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he mention that?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's probably watching right now. But I'll tell you what, the truth is the truth.
Hey, hopefully he didn't get sick. He was the only guy that
He didn't. And he played poker, and he didn't get sick.
Well, he was sick after losing that much money to you guys.
Yeah,
but anyway,
he was sick. He lost several $100s, was not in the best mood. And by the way, I felt bad for him, but he's a big boy playing poker.
Matt, I will say this because it was funny. The next day, Matt goes, I hope he's not sitting on the side of the road out of gas because he has no money to get.
I know.
He didn't fare well in the game.
Oh my God, Tattoo Dave, it was a bad one.
He took a bath.
But here's what happened. See, he was doing okay, so I wasn't feeling bad. He made the right moves. He had solid hands, and he was up about $100. And then what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Dan Druff showed up. Oh. Our buddy Todd Woodtell, a.k.a. Todd Woodtellis, professional poker player. Now, I like it when he's here because I like to be challenged. I want to be the best. Whatever it is I have a passion about, and poker is one of those passions for me, I want to be the best. So I want to play against the best. I want to be better. I don't want to play against folks that it's just easy to win. Although,
me?
I love, yeah, right. I like winning money, but I want to increase my skill level. Do you understand that, right, Dave?
Absolutely.
Right? So you want to get better. You want to be one of those guys.
And the pro comes into the house and cleans up.
Yeah, the pro, the Todd Woodtellis came in, and all of a sudden, poor Terry Vincent's luck just went down the old tuberoos, and he stayed. And Terry, I didn't mention this to you, Terry, but he went all in at one point. Now he was losing so badly. I wasn't going to be the one, Dave, to tell him we don't go all in this game. No, so I just let it. I let him, and it was a stupid all in because there was a straight out there on the board. It was a 5-card high low, and there was a straight. So it's like he goes all in with trips.
Yep. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, of course.
The only thing he could have done, but And there was probably there was no low, or there was a low.
I don't believe there was a low, so he never had a low. And that was it. And so he lost like 250. And yeah. And how much was this bottle? Still Austin?
Like $80, I think.
Yeah, $80. He spent $80 on this bottle. So if you add it all together, he left here about over $300.
Oh, it's not funny, Terry. I'm sorry.
If you add it all together, you owe him.
I don't owe him.
Somebody does.
No. So would you like the rest of this?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this, and by the way, this will be one of the rare times that I'm offering Tattoo Dave Bourbon during the show, because he gets all drunk, and then all hell starts breaking loose.
Makes for good entertainment.
Now here's what I'm gonna. I gave you the rest of that, and that's a big pour for 116 proof. That's massive.
Send it.
This and I'll show you this on camera here. This is NV 36, meaning Nevada 36, and they call this Nevada Sippin' Whiskey, batch 17.
Ooh.
And
look at that bottle.
This was gifted me by my buddy Chris Brown.
Oh.
I have yet to open this, so I will open this after I deliver this still Austin bourbon to my buddy, our producer, Tattoo Dave.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, feel that. Wow.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
It's going to be a little drunky.
And Terry, I'm not laughing at you about the loss, because believe me, I've lost my ass in here to these guys too. So I know the feeling. Thing is,
I thought he knew what he was doing.
Well, you have a pro walking in. Be careful.
Yeah, but it's not that. I mean, it's, I played
partially that. You have a Todd Willis that plays in huge.
What Todd does is he ups the ante. Because he's a.
I've seen him play. I played with him, and he slowly just creeps.
So he'll throw.
Listen. When Todd walks in the room, it's like a bullseye walking in the room. Everybody, because of who he is and what he does, wants to take him down.
Yeah.
And I could say I've been fairly successful at that.
No. I have not. I have never been crushed by him.
Well, he doesn't win every time.
Because I'm a good poker player, and so I understand what he's doing. He tries to keep, as a poker player, you attempt to keep the pressure on.
Right.
And that is
people pay to make their hands.
Exactly. They make people pay the most amount of money to hit their hands.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the times with Todd, people at this game will hit their hands. So he throws in, a couple $100, and then and it's like, we're so stupid. It's like, okay.
This is by far the Bermuda poker table.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The hands that happen in this room are unforeseen anywhere else.
No, and by the way, he's not, Tattoo Dave is not exaggerating. We get 5 of a kinds here, obviously when it's
wild card game.
Wild card game, but we will get quads.
I've seen quads, natural quads,
so many times. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little sip of this. This is NV 36, Nevada 36, and by the way, that's the state that we should all be living right now.
Arizona.
If not, Arizona's a good one. Wisconsin, a red state, my friend.
Cold.
Yeah, but it's cold. It is cold.
I mean, really cold.
All right, here, cheers.
Cheers.
This will be the first time I've tasted this. Okay, this is better than I thought. Yeah, you should have watered that down a little bit.
I'm gonna let the ice melt. That's pretty.
I mean, this is only 80 proof, and this is good sipping whiskey out of Nevada.
You made the drink. How could I have watered it down?
Yeah, that's right. That should have been up to me. Yeah.
Matt's got the monitor on the back right now. I'm watching the Super Scoopers. Thank God, Canada left like a bunch of them here. They were here stationed.
Yeah.
So we had those Super Scoopers, but they've already gone to Lake Castaic. They go to the ocean. They're running out of places to get water. Well, the ocean, you're not going to run out of water.
Can you imagine, though, attempting to do your job in Pacific Palisades, and you have all of these firemen, firewomen, and they're all suited up, ready to put the hammer down, and no water?
Oh, yeah.
No water?
Well, they can go to the ocean, but the ocean...
Oh, please, that's way too... No.
No, they can do it, and they have. They've done it, but it screws up their system
No. They don't do it for two reasons: the salt, and the fish.
What's the salt going to do?
The salt will corrode their system.
Yeah, their system. That's what I'm saying.
And you don't want to hurt the little smelt.
Right.
You know,
Nope.
you don't want to hurt the smelt. Okay, a lot to get to when we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
And apparently we stand for a little whiskey. NV stands for Nevada 36. It's good sipping whiskey. Thanks to my buddy Chris Brown. He wanted me to travel with him yesterday to see Engelbert Humperdinck in concert.
Oh, wow.
Now, Engelbert Humperdinck was one of my first guests when this show first landed 24 years ago. Engelbert was promoting his own line of cigars. And what a good man, what a good guy. You know, just a regular Joe who happened to be a musical superstar.
What do you call him?
Eng. His friends call him Eng. So I'm looking through my stuff trying to find a contact number on Eng because I want to put Chris Brown backstage with him. I just couldn't. You know, this.
What city is he playing in?
I forget.
Is it here?
Pachanga. Where's Pachanga?
Right by Palm Springs. Yeah.
Is that right?
Indio.
So that would have been safe. That's open.
Okay. So he attended the concert yesterday. I feel bad that I couldn't connect him with Eng backstage. But, you know, it's been sort of a tough couple weeks, my friends, with this flu that took me down for 7 days.
Tony Orlando could have done it.
Which is unprecedented. Hey, by the way, that's funny you mentioned that. Because I thought to myself, you know, I bet my buddy Tony Orlando
exactly what I was
knows Engelbert Humperdinck.
Of course he does.
But you see that I do the right thing because I'm not going to Tony to connect me with Engelbert, because that's just that is so. What's the French word? Whatever that French
cliche.
No, it's just so it's so bad.
Apropos?
It's inappropriate to do such a thing.
Well, yeah.
It's like Tony, you know that other sort of crooner singer, Engelbert Humperdinck. You know, I know him. You know, and it always starts with that. You know, people have done that with me. It's like I know him.
Yeah.
But I need his contact, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if you know him, then why don't you have the contact info?
Yeah.
This was so many years ago, and he was such a great guest, and he had a great cigar. He really did.
That's when the station was on KFI, right?
Whatever the hell we were on, but that's when the big cigar boom was happening,
right?
And so every celebrity and their child had their own line of cigars. Burt Reynolds had a cigar at the time. You know, fill in the blank name of a named celebrity. They had their own cigar. Engelbert was one of those guys. So I had to send him a note and say, now, fat chance me coming with you to see Engelbert. You know, there was just no way yesterday. I mean, with the getting over the flu and these
house
fires.
Could burn down.
No, at any moment.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Dave, you understand that, right?
Of course.
It's like, okay, I'm going to be in Palm Springs while the house is burning.
Well, Dave goes, he called me yesterday.
You know, and I'm not a worrywart. You know,
I know you're not.
I'm the last guy.
You're not an alarmist at all.
Not at all.
But Dave calls me. He goes, "Are you guys still there?" I go, "Yeah, we're still here, dude. We're roughing it out." I go, "We got Barstow, our dog, and Matt and I, and we'll bail if we have to."
Yeah,
man.
but you know those Jews. You know those Jews they're scared.
Well, that's not exactly how the conversation went.
How'd it go, Dave?
The conversation went, is it that close to you? And he said, no, it's on the other side of Balboa.
Well, it's close to us.
And then I said, all right, well, my door's open if you need help.
Well,
that was the conversation.
And my buddy Rick said the same thing. You guys can come over here if you need to.
Hold on, Dave. I take back the Jew comment.
God dang right you do.
And Dave goes, "You guys can come over and hang with me if you need to." And I'm like, "Well, yeah."
Wait, speaking of Jew comments, hold on.
Oh boy,
I got a gift for you.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, some little guilt.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
What is it, Dave?
Chocolate. It's chocolate.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the official.
Show the camera how much it costs.
That's the official Hanukkah candy, chocolates. Yeah.
Dark chocolate.
Hell yeah.
It's called guilt, right?
Yeah.
It's got a reduced price sticker on it.
Those are for my bagel biting buddies. And Dave, I picked up 4 of them. I picked up one for you, one for Mark, one for Steve, and one for the man who every 10 years brings over a 750 of bourbon. Who would that be? Oh, Rick. Yes, Rick, our poker player buddy.
And then he brings it back in his car and takes it home.
This time he didn't.
No, he didn't. He did. Well, we finished off a little Buffalo Trace. But was that? No, that wasn't the fateful night because it was a Saturday.
No,
when was it we all got the flu?
It was that Thursday.
That's right. We played on.
No. You guys got it the Saturday. I got it the Friday.
Right.
The Thursday night game, I don't think Mark was infected yet.
Oh.
Somewhere between Thursday and Friday night, he got sick. And then I went to the movies and dinner with him before I left to Havasu. And we didn't figure that out until later.
Right. And then he gave it to all of us at poker night.
Well, they should have shut the state down.
Except for Terry Vincent.
Yeah. Except Terry Vincent. Who, by the way, see, I'll tell you what, Terry, it was worth you losing $200+ at poker and an extra $100 for this beautiful bottle of Still Austin that you brought over. It was worth that you didn't get sick.
Well, yeah, maybe he bought his health.
So just look at it that way. Like, I paid to be the one guy
good way to
at
look
that
at
game because this was a typhoid Mary, man.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, we all got sick.
Yeah.
COVID. No.
Don't say the word, Mart. We'll be banned from.
He kind of did say it.
Yeah, I know.
I stopped myself, but they did. Whatever. I don't want to know.
By the way, speaking of that, and speaking of coming down on and restrictions and so on, Mark Zuckerberg told Joe Rogan Biden officials screamed and cursed at us to censor things that were true on Facebook. Now, this is still going on YouTube. This crap is still coming down on YouTube. But what did I tell you about 6 months ago? And I'm certain you remember this. I told you Mark Zuckerberg is kissing the ass of Trump because they did the analytics to figure out who was going to become president. You know, it could have been 4 months ago. And he started kissing Trump's ass 4 months ago because he knew what was coming down.
I'm just going to interrupt you and let you know that it's there, but there's no number, and I'm trying to find it. And
What is
this
there?
Mark Zuckerberg thing.
I don't think I have it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not looking. Yeah.
Okay. And then why is it on my page?
What, it says Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah, it says Mark Zuckerberg kissing the ass. No more censorship.
Wait, hold on a second. And a number next to it?
No number. That's what I was trying to tell you. That's what I thought you were leading.
That wasn't meant for you then.
Oh, no. Yeah. See, Mart? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, my brother Martin knows his brother. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it wasn't.
It's so weird that it wasn't meant for me. No, that's on my sheet.
No, it was.
He was just thinking it, wrote it down.
That's a note. It's a note for me. Gotcha. But it sort of relates to another clip that we'll play.
Okay, I know the one.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg told Joe Rogan in an interview that just came out yesterday that people in the Biden administration pushed Meta super hard to censor users who were posting true information about the C virus vaccines. These people from the Biden administration would call up our team and scream at them and curse, Zuckerberg said. Do you believe this? Hollywood elite freak out over Mark Zuckerberg's changes to Meta now. Facebook, Instagram, members of the Hollywood elite are having a collective meltdown in response to Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg announcing his company will start embracing free speech on its platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads platforms. And so now the big Hollywood elite are having a real tough time with this because he's going to start telling the truth. Now, is it because Mark Zuckerberg is a good guy? No, it's because he wants to be on the right side of Donald Trump.
Correct.
100%. That's what's coming down here, man.
Yep.
I mean, this is incredible. What a kiss ass these people are.
Yeah.
But Trump knows this.
Of course.
So he will use this.
Of course.
Because Trump is not. He may be a foul-mouthed, loud-mouthed New Yorker, but he's not a stupid guy. He's not a stupid guy.
One thing he's not is stupid. No.
And, thank goodness we did the right thing this time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not to double down, but let me just double down. We would be in such a different place right now if that friggin' Kamala Harris somehow found her way into the White House.
I can't even think about that.
Oh, it's just ugly.
But this has really been bothering me. So I worked with this guy yesterday. I won't mention his name. Steve, one of the foremen of my company. And he's a big lefty, him and his wife. Big. So we get into these.
It's better to know who the stupid people are, Mark.
Yeah, I know.
It's better to know
so
that.
we get into these little things once in a while. Yesterday, we kind of kept it because he knows he doesn't want to get into it. We kind of just leave it alone. He couldn't help himself. He has to bring up, did you see, during the Jimmy Carter, like all the presidents there, and you see how Trump was buddy-buddy with Obama and buddy-buddy with I go, buddy-buddy?
Yeah.
I said, dude, he did what he had to do.
P.S. Wait just a moment. It wasn't Trump who had the big problem with Obama, except to call him out for not being born in America. Okay, whether that's true or not,
Right.
who knows? But it was Obama who called out Trump for being the end of democracy and a Hitler and the world's worst person. So the onus is on Obama to be sitting, cajoling, having a conversation with Trump, not the other way around,
No, I
you
know.
stupid idiot
But he-
foreman.
but he
This
points
is a
out-
foreman?
and he points out-
Fire him.
and he
Fire his ass.
And he goes, well, I can't, but he goes, see, they're all in cahoots together. They're all in cahoots. I said,
And P.S.
Trump knows what he's freaking doing.
P.S. The left loves to do that when they lose.
Oh, no.
They love to say, oh, they're all the
I said,
same.
I guess you can't.
They love to say they're all the
You
same.
can't concede, right? Now that your guy lost.
Yeah, they love this.
Oh, boy, he went off on it.
They love to make this blanket statement.
Yeah.
Well, they're all the
No
same.
matter who's
when
in
they,
office,
when
it's
they
gonna be the
lose.
same.
Yeah, when they lose. Well, that ain't true. And by the way,
Dumbass.
we're seeing it before he's even in the White House.
Yes.
He's taking care of bizwax, man.
Yes, indeed.
Putting the effing hammer down as he should. Do I have time for this, Whitney? I know. Not really. Let me do this. Maybe this Zuckerberg.
Schneider?
Yeah, I can do this. So this is a piece that Tattoo Dave sent me, and this is so spot on.
He is awesome.
Rob Schneider, sort of a friend of the show. We know him. He hasn't been on yet, and that I blame on Chris Brown.
Well, yeah,
how
me too.
many celebrities have I introduced to Chris Brown? Myriads. Yeah. Right? Brought them to his Christmas party, but for some reason he keeps me away from Rob Schneider. I don't understand it. I can't even connect the dots on that.
Come on, man. Rob Schneider was in Joe Dirt, bro. That's all you need to know.
Well, this is the great Rob Schneider talking about the Democrats and why they lost. Go.
Let me clear it up for those still bewildered Democrats. You lost because you tried to tell the American people that the economy was great when they couldn't afford to buy groceries. Even the Amish, who never voted.
Yep.
You
That's
lost
true.
because you tried to convince the American people that it was racisty to close the border and not let people come in illegally to rob and murder them. Lost because you lied about January 6th, calling it worse than Pearl Harbor or 9/11, instead of what January 6th really was, the FBI guided tour of the Capitol building.
Boom!
And free speech isn't a privilege like a driver's license. It's a God-given right guaranteed by our Constitution.
Yes!
You lost because you colluded with tech companies like Facebook to silence Americans. You lost because you fired doctors, nurses, scientists, and frontline workers for refusing to take an experimental gene therapy because my body, my choice only counts if it's about abortion.
Yes! Yes! And yes! Yeah, the reason I put that note in there is because, no more censorship on Facebook. He was pressured by the Biden administration that nothing negative about the jab shall appear in your pages. And did Zuckerberg concede? Yes, he did, because he's a douche. We'll be this after bat.
Your time is up. You took a sip from the devil's cup. You broke my heart. There's no way back. Move right out of here, baby. Go pack your bags. Just who do you think you are? Stop acting like some kind of star. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. They brag a man has walked in space, but you can't even find my place. There ain't nothing you can do, 'cause I've had enough of me, baby, being part of you. Just who do you think you are? This time you've gone too far. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving, moving, moving. Wanted to dance. Nobody knows you.
This is Outlaw Radio.
Hey, some very cool stuff we're going to get to next hour. Things that I wanted to get to about a week ago, and, obviously we didn't.
We're down.
MSNBC's joyless read and the presidential pardons. This you're going to get a kick out of. Hold on a second. Oh, plus, I didn't complete the worst of 24.
Ah.
The fat pigs from The View. Oh, yeah.
Man.
The big, fat, slimy
Idiot.
hogs from The View.
I can't stand more than anyone on that show. It used to be like Whoopi. No, it's that freaking Holstein. She is the worst.
Well, they're all
equally bad.
Yeah, they're all pretty nasty, pretty gnarly.
Please don't use the adjective pretty.
Yeah. But I'm gonna get to some of that. Hold on, I've got even better stuff. Oh, this Whitney Cummings, who I've always been a fan of.
Yeah.
She roasts CNN, and some of this was only available in small clips. I've got the entire roast, and this is worthy of your time. And it's not because Whitney Cummings is some right-leaning Republican. I would have to assume that she's on the left. But now that Trump won, this woke thing is slowly but surely, knock on wood, man,
disappearing,
being put to bed.
Yep.
And it keeps comedy from being funny.
Yes.
You know, it does. Yeah. Woke keeps comedy from being funny. Whitney Cummings is a funny gal. And proof is in the pudding. 4 years ago, I played a clip of her because I've been a fan for many, many years. Well, she was on with that towhead from CNN. Who's the biggest anchor there? Dude, gay guy. Yeah, Anderson Cooper. Yeah. And the other gay guy. Who is, he's not an egg, he's not, well, he is.
And the other gay guy, and the other gay guy.
And the other gay guy.
Jeez.
But by the way, I do not hate Anderson Cooper. In fact, I don't even dislike the dude. I think, he has been in the trenches, man. He has been in the gnarliest parts of the world. Yes. And I think he does a good damn job. And the other gay guy, and I can't think of his name, but he appears on CNN on occasion. He's also on Sirius XM on occasion, and I like this guy too. See, we're not haters here, man. Because you have a sexual proclivity that we don't share, we don't dislike you for it. We just want you to have a happy day and stop sticking crap down our throats.
And leave our kids alone.
Leave our kids, yeah. And by the way, you got to be careful with that because we're not saying that gay people go after our kids.
No.
But it's when it comes to the surgeries and pre-18
That's
surgeries,
what I meant, of course, yeah.
It's just stupidity.
Stop it.
And by the way, I think we're over that now, right? In 2025?
I think so. It sure feels that way.
Yeah. Hollywood director Jim Jarmusch blames deadly L.A. wildfires on climate deniers. Wake the F up. But he says the word. We need to wake up because it's all about the climate change, and that's why what went down. It wasn't bad governing here in California. It was all because the wildfires are happening because of climate change.
Yeah, of course.
And Jamie Lee Curtis, could she be the dumbest broad on the planet?
Is she a woman?
I don't know.
I want to be a woman.
I don't know. Do you remember when her Melones were grande in that movie?
True Lies.
Trading Places.
And True Lies. She was hot. I mean, she used to be very hot.
Well, she broke down on the Tonight Show, pledges $1 million to L.A. wildfire relief efforts.
Hey, man, at least you give $1 million.
She says it's effing gnarly. In an appearance on the Tonight Show 2 days ago, actress Jamie Lee Curtis teared up over the devastation caused by the wildfires in L.A., and she donated $1 million. Now, you may say, so what? That's a cup of coffee to her. Well, at least she's...
Still something.
Yeah.
What did Oprah donate?
But...
okay.
She lives in Montecito. That's that way. Yeah. That's that way quite a few miles.
But she's worth $1 gazillion, and it seemed like she would donate. She lives in California.
I don't know. It's not incumbent on you to donate a damn cent.
Nope.
But I only bring this up because it's a good thing she pledged $1 million.
Yeah.
But it's a bad thing that Jamie Lee Curtis is such an idiot. Okay.
He is an idiot.
Yeah, I'm not certain.
I think her house burned down, too.
Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I feel bad for him. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. It's a big hour. It's one of those big hours that the kids next door are knocking on your door, and they're telling you you don't want to miss this hour of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio next.
Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop. Skip it. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bout that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
Most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just
passed out. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Well, my brother Mart and have mercy, Billy Nilly. They're watching this newscast. Evacuation orders expand for Palisades Fire. Anything about our neck of the woods? We're
I think we're okay.
We're okay. Knock on wood.
Right
knock on wood. Yeah, this is real-time stuff, man. I'll tell you what, this is far from over. The fires in Southern California, far from over. Yeah.
I don't even know how. I mean, they jumped on this Granada Hills one yesterday and got it out quick, but
dude,
the rest of them are not even halfway contained.
Yeah, that's because God loves us. Huh?
Well, I don't.
And by the way, you know, we could be anywhere right now, but we choose to be in the fire zone here in Southern California, bringing you whatever it is we bring you, whatever this is.
Well, my son Michael,
on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and the finest stations. Yes, Mart?
My son Michael got evacuated 3 days ago. He lives in Glendale, but there was a fire that broke out in La Cañada Flint Ridge, which is right there, and he's up in the hill. What happened with him is he woke up and the wind's blowing so hard it blew over these telephone lines. He heard transformers exploding, flashes. He got mandatory evacuation. So he's been living at a friend's house for 3 days.
Yeah, he never should have moved out of Koreatown.
Well, K-Town's not getting hit.
No fires in Koreatown.
Yeah, but I said, you know, I'd invite you to come over here, but I said we're in a fire zone.
There's no vegetation in Koreatown.
No,
all concrete and stucco.
Well,
and a lot of Salvadorians.
With the exception of the hot pots, you know, the hot pots, you know, the big cauldrons of soup. Yeah, there's vegetation
There's some
in there.
good food over there.
Oh, some great food. Yeah, but no fires. No. Yeah. So, you know, your son
just
chose the right time to get the hell out of Koreatown, which you got Hollywood, then you got Koreatown, which is sort of
Silver Lake,
southeast, and then that's the timing.
He jumped into the fire.
It's all about timing, my friends. We were talking during break about Full Metal Jacket, and my brother brought it up. And I will tell you, I was this close to meeting that Ernie. Man, oh Manischewitz, was this man a great American. And he only got that part as the drill instructor in Full Metal Jacket because the dude that was performing that and was hired...
It was not a drill sergeant.
For that gig, he was an actor.
Right.
He was hired to do that gig, was just leaving a lot on the table. And who was the one of the greatest directors of all time? Nutbag. I think he's finally dead. But Full Metal Jacket. No. And by the way, those of you watching us on YouTube and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to us, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. No, he's one of the biggest directors of all time. He did. He goes way back in time.
Oh, Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick. And he didn't like the way this actor was acting as the drill sergeant. And this actor was being taught by a guy named R. Lee Ermey.
Yeah, which is a real drill sergeant.
And he said, R. Lee, how would you do that? So R. Lee got up there.
Never acted a day in his life.
Never acted a day in his damn life. Got up there and did his thing. And Kubrick said, done. Can you imagine? He's like the dude.
The other guy's going.
No, that dude is like the dude from not Star Search, but with Dip Ass.
Ryan Seacrest, America's Got Talent.
He's
Simon Cowell.
He's like the comedian. No, the comedian who co-hosted with Ryan Seacrest, who was ousted.
Ryan Dunkelman.
It's like Dunkelman. It's like I almost had a career
Gone.
here, and that dude done. And the reason I brought this up is because I watched Full Metal Jacket in its entirety about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was during my bout with this nasty effing flu.
Yeah, you had nothing else to do.
No, right. Even though I still, I still had my chores, as Lori Downey Jr. loves to say, chores.
Yeah, she. Thank God she reached out and looked after us, right? Nothing. I mean,
God rest her soul.
Well, how does she know you're sick?
Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about that. The fires. The freaking fires there. She could have at least.
Did you reach out to her?
No, she reached out. She reached out to me.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Yeah. I mean,
to you.
Yeah, we don't talk much, but text wise, yeah. And when I noticed there were goats being taken away from the hillside.
Did you hear what that was all about?
Well, the goats are there because they eat the vegetation.
Yeah, no. It was one of the tenants there had 35 goats.
Oh, yeah?
That he was had at his house. And the gate burned, and they got out.
Wait.
That's what the goats came from.
Well, yeah, but supposedly they use goats to eat the vegetation.
Well,
they have for years.
But Lori has this. Lori Downey Jr., our former producer, she loves goats. She's always wanted a goat, and so I sent her a note. I said, "Well, the goats are gone." Yeah, but Full Metal Jacket. So I watched the damn thing. Let me tell you something I didn't realize about this movie. Half of that movie is R. Lee Ermey.
Of course.
Half of that movie. Without that man who played the drill instructor, who was not an actor.
Gunnery Sergeant Hartman.
I got to tell you, Tattoo Dave, that movie doesn't exist without him.
Nope, I believe that.
And he also did the voiceover on Toy Story for the drill
Regardless,
sergeant.
we're talking about Full Metal Jacket.
Right.
That movie was so effing good because of him.
Absolutely, man.
And it was not that the rest of the movie wasn't great, because it was, but without him, that movie sucks. And I almost said
probably
the B word.
The best Stanley Kubrick decision
Ever.
Right.
Ever.
Soldier, where are you from?
Yeah.
Texas, sir.
Yeah.
Two things come out of Texas: steers and queers. Which one are you? Neither, sir. Yes, you are. You're one of them sissy boys.
You know, and that steers and queers thing, I it seems to me it goes back so far, but I think that's where it started. Was that movie?
I think so.
Or Stripes.
God bless R. Lee Ermey.
He was
man.
a neighbor, man. He lived right in
What a good dude. What a beautiful man. What was that, Billy? Turn on Billy's mic.
Oh, it's on. He's just not talking.
No, it's not on.
79, I heard that.
Yeah. You
in
what?
boot camp in Paris Island.
Oh, when you were in boot camp.
Yeah. I don't know when the movie come out, but in 79 I heard that.
But you saw the movie Full Metal Jacket, right?
After that.
No.
Well, of course, after that.
Oh God, I'm not asking for the chronology of this.
Okay.
Just work with me, Billy.
And
I know
was
you.
funny.
Yeah, even though you look like Frankenstein
You
today.
know, I was just going to say, he looks like
his
a
face is
character.
all beat up because of last Saturday night. He took a fall, and no, we didn't call the paramedics because it's Billy Dilly. He'll live through everything. And of course, the doctor's going to say, "Well, you're on blood thinners. Whatever, you'll live through it." You'll always live through
You know,
it, Billy.
little advice, folks. If you ever want to come over here, don't, because we don't call medics if you get hurt over here. Okay, we just let you go.
Neighbors might call them on us.
Well, if it's Billy Dilly. But do you recall watching Full Metal Jacket?
Yes.
You remember the drill instructor? Was he close to the way it really was in the Marines? Was he even more? Was he over the top? Billy, I'm asking you a question.
I'm thinking about my dad was a drill instructor in the Marine Corps.
Okay, so the answer is yes. And your dad was a badass, right?
Yes.
Your dad was a badass. So the answer is...
Billy doesn't seem to realize that we're on radio.
No, I know.
television.
It's just
Sitting there. He's smiling. He looks like Longlegs. He looks like Longlegs. That was the Nick Coppola or Nick Cage character in that new. horror movie. He looks just like him. It's crazy.
Does he really?
Yes.
So he was beat up as well?
No, it was the makeup that just.
Oh.
He looks just like him, and he's sitting there smiling like I think he's going to kill us.
Okay, I want to get to.
Hey,
I want to
won't
get to
hurt you.
this.
I'm going to go outside and start a fire.
I love this gal, Whitney. By the way, don't say start a fire.
Wow.
Not here in Southern California. Yeah, don't even. I know you're talking about briquettes and charcoal and building the barbecue, but I'm telling you, don't even say start a fire.
Is it a good idea to light our barbecue?
What, with a guy that falls over? No, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, thank God it's next to the pool.
This will be, who was that farmer in Chicago? That's what caused the Chicago fire? This will be Billy Dilly in the backyard here. Whitney Cummings, I love this gal, wrote CNN and the year 2024. Comedian. Do we still say comedian? Yeah, I like that.
Comic.
Female comedian and TV showrunner Whitney Cummings caught herself in a political controversy since her appearance on CNN's live New Year's Eve show in Times Square with dual homosexuals Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. That's the guy.
The other one.
That's the guy I was trying to think of. CNN's only rule for her: don't roast CNN.
Right.
That was a rule.
I saw this thing.
But it didn't take long for my babe, I love this gal, for Whitney to break that rule while talking about her stand-up comedy tour, Whitney Cummings.
I love going around the country because you see that Americans really are more reasonable than they would be portrayed. They're pretty great, and I'm playing bigger and bigger venues now. I thought being a mom would mean that less people will want to come see me. I'm now playing, like 3,000 seat theaters, which is about the viewership of CNN these days. Not this show, though.
Nice. Pause.
Yeah. Nice.
That's about the viewership of CNN.
Yeah.
Oh, but no holds barred.
Just slam.
Oh, I love
right
her.
At the top.
I love her. Oops. Anyone else think Whitney Cummings will be joining Kathy Griffin on CNN's ban list? As long as we're here, let's listen to Whitney Cummings' Roast of the Year 2024. More of Whitney Cummings. Come on, bring it on. Love this gal. Oh, she's awesome.
I do believe we need to hold 2024 accountable for its behavior. That is what white women do now. We point out other things that are toxic because we don't get irony. And that is our truth. This was the year that people were behaving so poorly, we started being wistful about murderers. Remember, this was the year we were like, were the Menendez brothers so bad? Were we too hard on the Menendez brothers? This was the year we could not get enough of murderers. Gypsy Rose became our favorite celebrity because murdering your mom is so brat. They had her on a red carpet, a little on the nose for a murderer, but she was like posing in a fancy dress. We were like, slay, and she was like, I did. And of course, our heartthrob of the year was the alleged cold-blooded killer named Luigi, who is now in the same prison as Diddy, which I'm very upset about because Luigi already has a lower back issue.
Oh!
This was the year nothing made sense. Fertility was down, sales of baby oil was up, white supremacy groups reached record highs. It got so bad, Ariana Grande became white again. 2024 totally broke our brains. Half the people I know think we're in a simulation. I'm starting to wonder. When I go to a website and it asks me if I'm a robot or not, half the time I get the quiz wrong. I'm like, does the shadow of a bike count as a bike? I don't know. Why am I looking at a grainy photo of a crack house?
Pause.
We just all broke.
Let me tell you why I'm pausing. I went through this yesterday. I went through this fire hydrant. So click on the fire. The screen was so small that I couldn't tell if I was missing. You have to put an X on fire hydrant, fire, in order to be validated as a real person. Well, I screwed up. So I went through this for 30 effing minutes. Then it said tree. And so tree, but the screen is so small that I can't tell if there's a tree. Then it went with crosswalk.
Yep.
And so, okay.
I hate those things.
But there's
bicycles.
But Dave, it's so small.
Yeah,
I can't tell if there's a crosswalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
then,
for security.
No, but yes, it's just
It's ridiculous.
But finally, I gave up. Well, which I'm telling you the truth, which is why we're not on Rumble today.
Spell this.
No,
and the
Dave,
girls are all
Dave.
Yeah.
That's why we're only on YouTube and not Rumble today, because I couldn't pass the test.
No. Nobody can. I've tried those too. I can't.
I mean, there's only
when they have scrambled letters and all weird. Say this word. It's like, well, I can't even
but
tell
we're
what that
talking
is.
about the pictures.
Oh no, that
here.
too. Yeah.
It's just screw you.
Yeah.
I wasn't made.
I'm real.
Dave,
I'm a man.
Dave,
I can't get into my own bank account sometimes because of that.
I wasn't made for this year. I was not made. So I can only imagine how my dad is feeling.
Oh,
you know,
Poor
in his
Gary.
80s. It's like, oh God, get me out of here.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be thinking, get me the
Time
F.
to go.
Get me the F out of here.
Yep.
I mean, we all want to have a happy day, but at some point, when it's supposed to be simple, click on the crosswalk. Oh, and then there were bridges.
Yeah.
So bridge. Obviously I missed a bridge.
That's a bridge.
I mean, what is this? Why would it be so difficult?
They make it that way.
How about just colors? Like, how about colors?
Yeah.
Click on blue and red, and right?
Yeah.
Is that so difficult?
It's too easy. That's why.
Wait, why?
It's too easy. A robot can pick out colors.
It's just BS.
All right, this is more Whitney Cummings roasting CNN. Love this gal. God bless you, Whitney. And by the way, politically, she's probably on the left. Don't care. She's back into comedy.
Funny's funny.
Because DEI is going to be, I just knocked on wood, is a thing of the past. Go Whitney Cummings.
Mentally this year, things got so bleak, we started watching the WNBA. Was that what happened? And we also started watching older women in movies. Equality or insanity? You tell me. Demi Moore was in a movie called The Substance, showing that Hollywood's ready for a woman in her 50s to star in a movie as long as a hot 28-year-old wears a leotard for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Pam Anderson's getting Oscar buzz for a movie she did wearing no makeup. Guys, that's not progress if you call it brave. Documentaries finally realized the only way to make money is to just make them about cheerleaders. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleader doc showed the girls being treated horribly, underpaid, crying. I thought I'd open a video on Hunter Biden's laptop. This is the year everyone hated the movie The Joker.
Speaking of the Dallas cheerleaders, a couple of years ago, I watched a documentary on the cheerleaders and how they're picked and all that.
Yeah.
The Dallas cheerleaders.
I saw that one.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, man.
As heterosexual males,
Sweaty.
I think I can speak for the three of us here,
Yeah.
Mart and
Please do.
too, Dave.
I want all that sweat.
Oh my God, how hot are these broads? And the way they design the costumes is like they go out of their way to make sure they are designed perfectly to the body.
Oh, yes.
And they're during the process, they pick and choose. They're very tough.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ugly.
Because they get the top notch, the hottest, the best.
You know, because I started thinking about, like porno scenes where in order to get the gig, the gal who picks and chooses.
Yeah.
Are you following me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's continue. This is Whitney Cummings roasting CNN, Anderson Cooper. And who's the other guy? Andy Cohen. Okay, go.
But if you do love watching men descend into insanity, in a couple hours you get to watch Andy Cohen do the countdown. In 2024, some things left us, some came back. Sanity left us. Somehow crypto is back. Do you guys even know what crypto? No one thought the timing of crypto was fishy. As soon as women started making taking money, they were like, money's over.
That's funny.
Money's over, guys.
That's funny.
I don't even know what crypto is. As far as I understand, it's just astrology for men. Like, I don't 2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright.
Oh!
Are we still rolling? Am I off?
Go for it.
It was amazing that the pro-choice party didn't give their voters one when it came to the presidential candidate. Kamala was forced on us so hard you'd think she was patented by Pfizer or Moderna, whichever one's. Oh God, Andy just gave me a very scary look. Oh, let me be clear though. 2024 was not only negative. The media wants us to believe this country is so divided, but we actually came together a lot this year. Like as a nation, we unanimously agreed that we would rather see J-Lo in a toxic relationship than in concert. We all agreed the government totally knows what drones are and aren't telling us. The drones are still up there, and we have no idea what's behind them. No idea. I mean, they're still up in the sky, so I guess we can rule out that they were made by Boeing. The point is, I think we all agree on a lot of things. And since I only have a minute left live on establishment media, why don't we just say a bunch of things that we know that they'll never cover? Okay, ready, go. Trump Shooter didn't have any silverware in his house. No one thought that was weird? Okay, so are we still rolling? Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia put money into Disney, so just know there won't be any girl characters in the next Cars movie.
Yes.
Are we still rolling? This is wild. Okay, why have so many presidents' chefs died? Weird. Boy Scout of America, they renamed itself Scouting America. You know who else changed their name? Sean Combs. Just saying. Let's learn something in 2025. I can't believe you guys are still letting me go.
Oh, I love her.
That was great.
Oh, I love her. Whitney Cummings. Oh, I love her. And by the way, that was not an act when she was saying, "Am I still on?"
No, she thought for sure.
She, honest to God, thought she'd be cut.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And those guys, the two homos, they were cringing.
Did you say two homos?
Take it easy.
Don't you mean homos? Okay, Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. No, they were good sports.
They were. They let her go.
I thought they were great effing sports.
Speaking of,
see, these are two guys. I would, in fact, I do. I invite you into the Lighten Up Lounge, this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. Sit down with us, smoke stogies, and have some whiskey, because you know those guys can drink. Oh man!
What do you mean by those guys?
They were doing shots of tequila during the New Year's Eve celebration. Yeah. Anyway,
hey, I want to put it out there. Did you see
what?
Bill Maher has this new special, and it's not his normal show. I guess it's the intro to his new, Bill Maher thing. But
yeah,
it's called Anyone Seen This, and he's got some really funny stuff in it. It's worth a watch.
Bill Maher?
Yeah, it's a stand-up thing, and it's pretty funny.
Why the hell did you bring him up?
Why are you promoting Bill Maher?
Because I was thinking of the year and what she was saying, and then I think she mentioned trans at some point.
Dave, have another drink.
And
okay, you're speaking of Whitney Cummings. By the way, Sarah Michelle Gellar. A lot of people mispronounce it. They say Gellar.
Gellar.
It's Sarah Michelle Gellar. I met her. I like her.
Which I always found hot.
Led a flurry of Hollywood celebrities turning on Democrats amid these wildfires that we're going through right this second here in Southern California.
As we speak.
Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar and comedian Whitney Cummings are among the growing list of Hollywood celebrities turning on Democrats, including L.A. Mayor Karen Bass, who is a loser, and California Governor Gavin Newsom, as raging wildfires are ripping through our city right this second as
Santa Monica,
we speak. What, Santa Monica now?
Yeah.
By the way, I don't want anyone to die.
I know.
But that's a town that, good riddance.
Don't
Which town? Which town?
Santa Monica.
Oh.
Good night. City of L.A., if you want everyone to evacuate, yet you have complete gridlock and not one traffic cop on the roads. Gellar wrote in an Instagram story, tagging the official social media accounts for Mayor Bass and the City of L.A., Gellar, one of the many blasting Democrat leadership in California, spent decades under one party. We have been run by Democrats for decades amid raging wildfires broke out in all over Southern California. Comedian Whitney Cummings, the aforementioned, whom you may remember last torching Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's failed election strategy that we just played on CNN. she railed against the notion that people would need to donate to support relief efforts to a state that takes so much tax money from its citizens, more than any other state.
Believe me, I know that well.
More than any other state, but yet they can't control these fires. What friggin' imbeciles. We'll be this after back on, you know.
I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one, and it's only hotel suite. The journey's long, and I feel so bad. I'm thinking back to the last day we had. All moon fades into the night. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though I must part, we have each other's I'll fly home to you. I'm bending time, getting back to you. Old fades into the night. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even
Arbitron and search-rated #1.
This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, the man who is always right.
Seconds ago, we were playing Whitney Cummings roasting CNN, and I was talking about how much I love this gal. Great comedian. She says if you donate, and she obviously lives here in California, she always found her funny, didn't know she was so damn smart. She's a really intelligent broad, and I would put her in the category of broad, which is a positive on this show. Yeah. She says if you donate to California fire relief efforts, that's rad. I love how she uses the old, great. 80s lingo. But it's insane that anyone has to donate their hard-earned money to a state that gets so much tax money from its citizens. We've normalized charities and kind people stepping in when the state government fails.
Yeah.
That's Whitney Cummings. It's so smart.
Spot on.
So smart, man. Day 2 was Wednesday of the wildfires, and actress Sarah Foster slammed fellow Democrats, California Governor Gavin Newsom, and Mayor Big Dummy Bass.
Yeah.
See, Newsom isn't stupid. He's a polished politician, and he's an ass. H. 100%.
Yeah.
A monster. The man is a monster.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that people don't see that. It's just unbelievable.
Mayor Bass, I believe, is as dumb as a mud fence.
And Dave, you said it's unbelievable people don't see it. Let me tell you something. They have blinders on because they cannot let go of their party, their beliefs. It's like, no, even though we lost this time, we're going to stick by our dumb beliefs.
I just
whether
don't
it kills people or
but
not.
I don't think after what is going down, that's going to happen. I think
it cannot continue.
What's the name of the dude who ran for governor and should have won? That man should have won.
Yeah.
This would not have happened. He went on record. He was talking about the fact that there's no water in the reservoirs. I mean,
and clean out the foliage, all the stuff, all the leaves.
Donald Trump said this 5 stinking years ago, 6 years ago.
Clean it up.
To Newsom, clean up the friggin' foliage. Clean it up.
Yeah.
This is Newsom. And he was talking about this 5 years ago about the smelt. You're saving this smelt.
Yeah.
He wanted to bring in water from Canada into Southern California, in which Newsom said, oh, no, absolutely not. This is Trump. Here's the good news. Days away.
Yeah.
Days away from the right thing happening. And this time the right thing is happening because it's the right thing to do. 2 days ago, who is this? Wildfire. Oh, Sarah Foster. Yeah, she's an actress. Would we know her?
I don't know.
All right. She said, we pay the highest taxes in California. Our fire hydrants are empty. Our vegetation was overgrown. Brush not cleared. Our reservoirs were emptied by our governor because tribal leaders wanted to save fish, Foster lamented in an ex-post. James Woods, who, thank God, did not lose his home, thought he did.
Yeah.
Joined in the blasting of the Democrat California leadership, writing, refilling the water reservoirs would have been a welcome priority too. But I guess Karen Bass had too much on her plate promoting diversity.
Yeah.
These aren't platitudes, my friends. These aren't platitudes.
Yeah.
This is the honest-to-God truth. Diversity over the health and welfare of the citizens of America, specifically Southern California.
Well, her last name is a fish, so that's why she wants to save the fish.
Woods responded to an ex-user claiming the wildfires were caused due to climate change, writing, the fire is not from climate change, you ignorant, and he says the word a-hole. It's because liberal idiots like you elect liberal idiots like Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. Celebrity fitness trainer Jillian Michaels also lamented the reservoirs are not being filled and pointed out that Mayor Bass is in Africa during these catastrophic fires. The mayor is apparently in Ghana. The fire department's budget was apparently cut by $17 million, and someone made the decision to not refill some of the reservoirs. Now some fire hydrants are dry. Jillian Michaels wrote, "One doesn't understand the first thing about fire management, and the other can't fill the water reservoirs," Woods added in the post. "Leadership in California is beyond negligent. This is completely unacceptable," Michaels added. She also recalled losing her home in 2018, writing, "I lost a home in the Woolly fire, was in California for New Year's this year, and podcast just evacuated my mom from her California." It's smoky. From her California home. California Governor Gavin Newsom issues a press release admitting they knew about the insane fire risk this past Sunday because he was propositioning fire engines, and yet he just called in the National Guard a few hours ago.
Right.
Pacific Palisades ran out of water at 3 a.m., Michaels went on record. "I'm so upset for the people of California, my family who stayed, my lifelong friends who live there, our brave firefighters. This is not a partisan issue. It's pure incompetence and misprioritization." Yes, of course it is, but it turns out to be a partisan issue because the Democrats have run this state for decades into the ground, into deaths, and our lifestyles. I'm not talking about mine. You know, I'd be the last person to bitch about such a thing. But how can you be so stupid to continually vote for the D?
Well,
because there's a D in front of the name.
Didn't Freud say, if you repeat the same thing over and over, that makes you a little insane?
I don't know if it was Freud. And by the way, Freud was the cigar man. You know, it's
talking about
not
Sigmund Freud.
I know that. And it's not simply about sex. Sometimes it's just a cigar. I don't know. I think Freud was overrated.
Well, you know, look, man.
I do.
Hey, it is what it is, but
he had very weird hair. Very odd hair. MSNBC's Joyless Reed, as if we needed more proof that MSNBC's Joyless Reed is both a hippo and a hypocrite. Nevertheless, listen to these two clips of old Joyless talking about presidential pardons. First, here she is in 2020 after Donald Trump issued his presidential pardons.
The presidential pardon was originally meant to grant the president the power to temper justice with mercy. It was not enshrined in our Constitution so that a dishonorable man could reward his criminal allies, friends, and family for their corrupt practices.
Is that right? Pause. Is that right, Joyless? Fast forward 4 years and several thousand deep-fried s'mores.
Oh, yeah, bonbons and s'mores.
Here is Joyless Reed following Joe Biden's presidential pardons. Listen, Joyless.
I don't have a problem with Biden pardoning his son. He should have pardoned him. The crazies are coming, right? But to me, it's like, pardon more.
Isn't that
the
incredible?
Crazies are coming?
Isn't that incredible?
Pardon more.
4 years later, pardon more.
Yeah.
Trump bad, Orange Man bad, pardons. Biden good, pardons. These people are such ignorant, lying sons of bitches.
Complete hypocrites.
Yeah, they are. Of course they are.
Sick a-holes.
And it's time we got to this because I didn't have time a couple weeks ago. Continuing with the worst of 24, the fat pigs from The View. If you don't mind me calling them the fat pigs from The View.
I'm offended.
Well, they landed on our worst of 24 list, and they broke it because, you know, they're enormous.
Well, yeah, they broke the
They're
scale.
massive. Here they were fighting back their tears following Donald Trump's election win Let's start with Whoopi Cushion Goldberg, a.k.a.
I see trees of green.
A.k.a. Karen Johnson.
Think about this. She did this in 2 months.
Yeah, no.
She did this in 2 months.
Yeah, she did.
You know,
Yes, she
look,
did.
she, you know,
The
everybody
Flawless campaign.
can always say, oh, she should have done this, she should have done this, she did what she did. She was everywhere. She talked to everybody.
She went everywhere?
She was everywhere.
She was
talked to
nowhere.
she's about Whoopi, Teenage Ninja Turtle, is about to say she talked to everyone. She didn't do an interview.
No.
Because Kamala Toe Harris was incapable of performing an interview because she, like Karen Bass, dumb as a mud fence. Oh, Matt, are you saying that because they're black? Obviously not. I'm saying that because they're
women.
stupid.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yes, because they're female.
Did I just say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's
boy.
not because they're black. It's because they're female.
That was your speaking voice.
No, I'm saying that because they're dumb as mud fences. And this Karen Bass is doing really bad. She has enabled so many folks to die and lose their homes in good old Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Joy Beastar, she did her best to hide the tears and spread the fear. Joy Beastar.
And people didn't come out. I don't know why, and it doesn't even matter. He's now the president. I'm still not going to say his name.
I'm still not going to say his name.
That's not going to change.
Shut up.
Okay, stop. So this is Joy.
Right.
That was Whoopi.
The end of Whoopi,
You paused it too soon, yeah.
Oh, okay. Meanwhile, Joy Beastar did her best to hide the tears, spread the fear. Here's Joy Beastar, my friends. Enjoy.
My takeaway is that the system works. We live in a democracy. People spoke. This is what people wanted. I vehemently disagree with the decision that Americans made. But I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country.
Yeah.
We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation arises that we need to protest, which I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
And I've been through this before with Nixon. It's been very difficult. But boy, oh boy, do we have a country if we can keep it.
Yeah. Pause. Okay. Thank you.
Be careful. Isn't she calling for an...
Thank you, Joy.
She's been through it before with Nixon.
Yeah.
None of us went through it.
Right.
How about that? You know what? I got to tell you, that Joy's looking pretty good for... She's like 80. I mean, she doesn't look 80.
Is she calling for an insurrection? Or basically, because she couched it, but she's like... And if the protest, if needed, which,
Anna Navarro, Anna Navarro, shared her post-election thoughts, and this is Anna Navarro dummy on The View. Enjoy. Please enjoy. She's a dummy. Here we go.
I'm obviously very disappointed. I'm very sad. I was at the Kamala Harris headquarters yesterday in Washington, and it was a very sad scene. The mood turned immediately, and I tell you, there's a quote I get a lot of inspiration from, and it's a quote that I read when I was reading about John F. Kennedy.
Pause for a second, because I've heard this. Does this quote do for you what it does for her? Because, and nothing against JFK. I mean, he was nailing some of the hottest broads on the planet. God bless him.
Give it up.
But this does nothing for me. Go.
And it says, whether I am on the winning or the losing side is not the point with me. It is being on the side where my sympathies lie that matters. And that to me brought me consolation and inspiration this morning, because I have no regrets. Yep. I worked hard as hell to elect the first Black Asian woman president.
Pause. How about the best person for the job? No.
She sounds racist right now.
No, it's all about the black and the white and it has nothing to do about the best person. Anna dummy.
Through our fingers again. I worked hard as hell for Donald Trump not to be president. But today, unlike Donald Trump and his followers, I acknowledge that he won. I hope for the best
because he
for
won
our
4
country,
years ago,
and
too.
I make a commitment to our
Shut up.
LGBTQ, to our immigrants, to our elderly, to our young girls, to the women, that we will not stop fighting. We can be sad today. Today we can be sad.
Today we can be
Tomorrow,
sad.
we stand up and we continue. We have every right as Americans, because we love this country, because this is the most exceptional country in the world, we have the right and the duty to speak up and denounce abuses of power, to be vigilant. And so I invite all Americans to do it. But we are doing what they didn't do. We are recognizing they won.
That's because you were full of crap and you didn't win 4 years ago. By the way, Anna, we on the right would have recognized Joe Biden won in 2020 if he had won and not cheated.
Right.
Speaking of which, has anyone else noticed how the Democrats mysteriously found millions more votes for Kamala since the election?
Yeah.
They had her losing by tens of millions of votes right after the election, but now they claim she only has 2 million fewer votes than Trump. Me thinks they're trying to cover for their cheating in 2020 by backfilling her vote deficit.
Right.
They're still counting in California.
Doesn't that make sense?
Oh, I know, Dave. That's pathetic.
You know, I'll never get to this last clip because we're running out of time. Sonny Holstein, and she is the most maggoty of the bunch.
I can't.
But we don't have time, so we will move on. When I return, I found this interesting that Steve Bannon, who I think is a genius, says, I will do anything to keep Elon Musk out of the White House. So it's a noggin scratcher for me because Steve Bannon is a really smart guy and a 100% patriot. I never discount anything out of the mouth of Steve Bannon, who, by the way, Bannon was just released from prison, a few weeks ago?
Right, yeah.
Never should have been incarcerated. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Now we return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
Representative Dusty Johnson. I remember when I had a Dusty Johnson.
What'd you do?
Laser surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had it removed. Trump's quintessential deal maker, no danger in exploring a Panama Canal purchase. Yeah, no danger. Why not? I think it's a great idea. Dusty Johnson, who is a South Dakota Republican, said during an appearance on Breitbart News discussing President-elect Donald Trump's ideas and his status as the quintessential deal maker, yeah, good idea. Yes, I don't see any downside. Why not throw these ideas out there? And Steve Bannon, this blows my mind. I'll do anything to keep Elon Musk out of the White House. What does he know? Because I will not discount this man. I like Steve Bannon a lot. Former Breitbart News executive chairman Steve Bannon has declared war on Elon Musk, vowing to have the tech billionaire kicked out of the White House by the time Donald Trump is inaugurated. I will have Elon Musk run out of here by Inauguration Day.
Good luck.
Yeah, he told the Italian daily Corriere this week he will not have a blue pass to the White House. He will have a full access to the White House. Oh, not have full access. He will be like any other person. He is a truly evil guy, a very bad guy. I made it my personal thing to take this guy down, Bannon added. Before, because he put money in, I was prepared to tolerate it. I'm not prepared to tolerate it anymore. Now, I haven't heard Trump. Because
he's not going to comment on that.
Yeah, but I got to tell you something. Trump and Bannon are tight, man.
Yeah, but Bannon's got bad blood with Elon somewhere down the line.
Well, obviously,
yeah,
but
that's what it is.
But I'm telling you, if Bannon is saying this, I would never discount what Steve Bannon has to say on record.
I know, but
he's got to be. I think
his Tesla blew up.
I think it's this whole H-1B visa thing. I think he's right about that. I think Elon is wrong about this because it goes back to the San Francisco area. What am I thinking here? I had whiskey. It's all about the H-1B visas, and it's about keeping people employed. Bannon is talking about them being, the English, the British speakers from Africa, and how they're sort of running things in Northern California.
Get out of my behind. Get out of my...
I'm telling you, this is, and this just hit, and it's sort of blowing my mind. So I really look forward to Trump's take on this.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that there's so many people that have said things or are saying things that they seem to know.
There's something.
Yeah,
there's something going on here. So I don't simply say, Steve, you're a nutbag. I don't think he is. Yeah. I don't think he's out of his mind.
But do people hate Elon Musk?
Wait, let's not do this song. I want to thank Mom and Dad. Love you too. My daughter, Alexandra. Milt Larson, God bless you. My mentor. Don't forget Bumblebees Can't Fly. My beautiful producer, Tattoo Dave.
Love you.
There. My
Marty.
Beautiful brother, Mart.
T.
There is no Y at the end.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Brother.
Marty.
My Mark C.G. Boyer.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my friend. And pieces. And my buddy out there, my Marine buddy, Billy Dilly, who's slaving
Long
over
legs.
hot coals and probably going to cause the next fire here in Southern California. No, I want to leave with this song that you sent me. Thank you, by the way, for spending time with us here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. If you have not subscribed to our show on YouTube, please do it.
I know the song. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is good stuff. This is a guy named Kyle Colohan.
He is great.
And I love this guy a lot. So this guy will take us to the end of the show today. Thank you for spending time with us. And, hopefully we won't be burned up and we'll still have a studio next Saturday for the show. God bless you, my friends.
Since all you liberals have so much crap to talk about my American song, I wrote another one. Check it out.
Yeah.
Voting blue at this point is basically murder. They're going to keep the gates wide open down at the Mexican border while the drugs and the drug lords just wave as they roll on by. They're going to send all our money to some other country somewhere just to save somebody else's poor little polar bear because their weather changed a couple of degrees, and that makes sense, right? And LGBTQRST sounds a whole lot like Chinese math to me. You're either born a boy or a girl, and definitely not a damn cat. And I've said it once, I'll say it again, I'm still damn proud to be an American, and I'll always stand up for what's right and making it great again. So hold on to your Bibles, your guns, and your cash, 'cause Jesus and Trump are coming back. Yeah, Jesus and Trump are coming back.